So in this video, guys, what we're going to look at is how to draw cable through a conduit, and also the way I like to terminate stranded cable. So two things in this video, guys. First off, there's more than one way of doing this. A draw wire would be better. It's easier. You put the draw wire through, you then attach it to your cable, and then you pull it back the way. Now, here, we're at Ayrshire College, as I've said earlier, we can't afford to give every student a draw wire. So instead, we're going to use tape, and we're going to fold over our cable as well, which I'm not above doing if I'm on site. Sometimes this might be what I do if it's just a quick, easy job. So, when we do it, I've got my 3 offcuts of cable that I pulled from the bucket here, just to show you. And what I'll do is I'm going to fold over the first one. Now, the reason we fold it over, if I try and pull this through my conduit without folding it over, if it's got a jaggy end, that tends to get caught in everything. So if I just fold that over a wee bit, there you go. It just means that it's rounded, so it's not going to catch when things the same. Then, put a little bit of tape on it. Next, get the next cable, wrap a little bit of tape around that. So all I've done is just put it on the end, and then wrap tape on it. Let's take our last one. Just a bit of brown 2.5 I've got. So all I do, set it on top of the cables I've got, put a bit of tape over it. That's it. That's me set up. Now, what I'm going to pull this through is the dodgy offset I did earlier. So you can see the kind of standard that we're looking for. It's not going to be perfect. It's PVC conduit. It's not easy to work on. So, I just push it through. And then there you go. It's out the opposite end already. This is quite easy because all I have here is my bridge, so it's not too bad. You guys will have to go through your bridge. You'll have a T-piece here. You'll have a 90 here. It's an inspection 90. If need be, you can take the lid off of them and you can pull it through them and then continue. You might be lucky and you might be able to get it all the way down to where your light fitting will be in a winner. Have a try. If you need to move it, you need to move it. So I'd pull that through to where I need to go, and I would make sure I've got tons of cable. It's easier if you can leave this on the reel. So what I would do is I'd have my reels set up, maybe on a structure like you see at the back of the workshop, where they can spin off it, and I would take all the cables I need through it. Sometimes I might need to run an extra cable. I've got too many and I'll need to run 4, maybe 2 earths for instance. So at that point I would offer myself a bit of cable, make sure it's going to be plenty, more than I need. And then, yep, I would snip it once I'm happy with the length. Last thing I want to touch on is how I like to terminate stranded cable. Once I had that pulled through, I'd make sure I had enough of a length. And then you can maybe get the tape off or even just snap it off. And up until now, it's possible that you've only really worked with twin and earth. If you've worked with flex, this might be something you're familiar with, but if not, just to cover it. Now, this cable's called stranded cable because inside of it is stranded. There is a set number of strands to it actually, as part of the standard for this cable. We are not going to crimp in the end here. It can be good practice to put bootlaces on it, a ferrule on it. There is some types of cable. If you go to a consumer unit, there's a different type of stranded cable that requires a ferrule, etc. This is not that type of cable, so we can get away without it. Now, to terminate it, what I would do is to take my cable, apply a bit of pressure. Now, I completely remove it, I turn it, apply a little bit of pressure. We're not looking to go through our cable here. I'm just looking to give a wee dunt, then turn it 90 degrees and do it again. I'm not ringing my cable where I keep the pressure all the way around. That's kind of frowned upon because you'll damage the cable. It's just a wee pop, and then 90 degrees, another wee pop. At this point, hopefully, I can start to pull off that insulation. I can make it break. And there you go, that's it starting to go there. And then as I pull it off, I would twist it. So by the time I'm done, there you go, the stranded cable almost looks like solid core cable. I can then use my fingers and, well, that's a wee bit long, but we'll use it for example in the video. I can bend it over and it'll almost look like when you doubled over your single core connections, which is what we like to do. Whenever you've got space and a termination, we like you to double them over. It's not a bad idea to double over stranded cable as well. So, thanks for watching, guys. Hope it goes well. After this point, you would do your inspection and testing. You've got bits in your booklet to help you, but it's just the same as your lighting circuits you've done earlier.